Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Lao with Kenshan Crafts, and today I am going to be sharing with you guys my two fountain pens that I bought for my birthday. As you guys have already seen from my spoiler and my teaser on my community post, it is a sailor and a pilot custom 743. So, which sailor and which pilot is it? This one is the pilot one, and it's super big, so it must be a very special one. And then here is a sailor one. This one is very special too, but it is in a smaller, regular sailor box. So I do wish this one came in a more extravagant box, but that doesn't really matter. All right, so this one is the Sailor Progear Yoseka Home Pen. No, I know a lot of you guys, if you love sailors, you probably already have this one. This is a mighty expensive pen, and I cannot justify the price of this pen at all. I'm sorry, Yoseka, I love you, but $540 for this pen is just not it. But I had some birthday gift cards, and I also had some money on my card that I can redeem, so I redeemed 100 from my card, and I also had some gift cards, so that helped make this pen a lot more affordable and a lot more worth the price that I'm willing to pay for a sailor. So, and then this one is the Pilot Custom 743. It says green here, but it's the verdigris, the US exclusive custom 743. And I got this in a falcon nib because on my birthday, and my birthday, I forgot to say, I bought these on December 23rd, and this one specifically, the Pilot Custom 743, I got from Atlas Stationers. And on your birthday at Atlas Stationers, you get a 20% discount on your whole order, only on your birthday. So I think that's amazing. You definitely should use your birthday discount. Get the sales wherever you can get. And so I got this from Atlas Stationers with my birthday code. So that made these two much more affordable, and I can feel good about getting it for my birthday. So without further ado, let's open these two beautiful babies up. Oh, look at that. Beautiful presentation. So I have two inks here. This is the Pilot Eiroshizuku Suigyoku, and this is a tealy green ink. It's going to go with the Pilot Custom Verdigris. And then this is a Kobe ink. It is a yellow ink. Which one shall we open up first? All right, I think we're going to go with the sailor first. All right, so... oh, look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. Under the false bottom, there are two cartridges, the black sailor cartridges. And then it also came with a converter, just a standard gold and black converter, which is good because for how expensive sailors are, the converter should be free. I think a lot of you guys believe that too. Okay, so I noticed in my previous sailor video, I had a comment about, you know, some of you guys bought pens, and sailors specifically, from Endless Pens, and you guys didn't see this US North America limited warranty, and that is true. Endless Pens is not an authorized sailor retailer, so they don't have this North America limited warranty. Endless Pens is a gray market. They have amazing deals and sales, and that's why their prices are so low, is because they are a gray market. But with places like Goldspot, Goulet, all those places, they sell your sailors with the warranty, which makes the price skyrocketed. So I am okay with buying from a gray market. I mean, when you buy pens from Japan directly through Amazon Japan, or, you know, any other sources that get pens from Japan, you're not going to get that warranty. I'm not afraid of my sailor pens where I need a warranty for them. So I do buy a lot of my pens from Sailor, or from Endless Pens and Japan directly, because, you know, we got to save money. All right. But this one is exclusive to Yoseka, and I cannot get this anywhere else. At first, I didn't really care for this pen, you know. Yoseka created this, and they showed it off sometime like in spring of 2023. And I didn't care too much about it. And then I saw a few more videos of these pens going around in like September, October, and I was like, you know what? I think this is actually the most prettiest of the three sailor collaborations with Yoseka. And I think the selling point for me was that it was champagne gold and that the body is this gorgeous cream. It's like vanilla cream. I love vanilla cream. I mean, well, who doesn't? But it gives me that vibe. And then it's accented with this gorgeous like caramel grip section with olive translucent finials. Like, what? So this home pen was designed by Ashley at Yoseka. And I love the thing about Yoseka is that they encourage their whole team to be designers and to create stuff. And so it's not just like the owners of Yoseka are the ones that create these pens. They allow their team members to be creative and to come up with such beautiful ideas like this. And I believe that the home is probably my favorite. Then the refresh, then the origins is just amazing. So the Yoseka home pen represents basically it's a name to represent like feeling at home, and Yoseka is the embodiment of home for everybody that shops there, for the staff there. It's just such a beautiful symbolism for this pen, and what a beautiful name. And I do feel like everyone that has this, you write at home, and wherever you are, it feels like home as well as you're writing in your journal. So this pen just has so much going for it that I just told myself, you know what? It's expensive. I get it. But of course, having gift cards really helps make my wallet feel better. But it definitely is worth every penny. This pen symbolizes so much. It is gorgeous to look at. If you are an olive neutral lover, this pen is probably in your collection already. I like neutrals. I'm not so much into olives per se, but these olives, oh my gosh, they just mix so well with this pen. They truly do. So the debacle with this pen, and you guys all probably know already with Yoseka, is that they designed this pen with a bicolored nib as well as gold, like yellow gold trims. However, when Sailor came out with the whole batch, they were all champagne gold, and the nib is a champagne gold single tone. And when Yoseka, I messaged Yoseka and they said that they still have some of these pens available. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this, because I think mistakes can sometimes be just a happy accident, and this is a happy accident, and I will gladly have that. And so this is a pretty rare pen. If they continue to make more of these Yoseka homes in the future, it's going to be their original yellow gold and bicolored nib. Bicolored nibs are absolutely beautiful. I will say that that's the one thing I am sad about, my pen not being bicolored, but I absolutely love the champagne gold finish. I think it just goes so much better with this very neutral toned pen. I think that the yellow gold would be very striking, like strikingly too bright. And this pen, I like how it's soft and neutral, because you can see here the olives are not strong at all. It's really beautiful soft toned colors. So yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry I talked so much about this pen. It is so beautiful. Oh, and then the cap here is translucent, or no, it's transparent, and it's got gorgeous like little gold flecks in there. Ooh, it's almost like the Pelikan Edelstein or the Pelikan M200 golden barrel, but I think it's prettier. I mean, the golden barrel is pretty too. So with the cap being clear, you can see the inner cap completely, and you can see how it works. So basically the inner cap seals at this section of the grip right there, keeping the whole nib airtight. That's why sailors are so good at keeping the ink wet, and I just love that. So none of my sailors or my platinums have ink that evaporate and change color on me, so I love that so much. That's why I have so many sailors. So this one, oh my gosh, it's a perfect birthday pen for 2023. Let me know in the comments if you have a home pen and how much you love it. 10 out of 10. This pen is 10 out of 10. I did get this in a medium nib. Yep. So if you look there, that says medium. And it's got the Sailor Anchor logo there with 21 karat. And this is a Pro Gear, so it's a 21 karat gold nib. I do prefer the 21 karats over the 14 karat. They're softer. They are softer. When people, at the beginning, when people said that Sailor nibs are stiff and they write like a nail or whatnot, that's true for the 14 karat gold nibs. The 21 karats are soft. The ones that don't have this this Sailor engraving are even softer, because these engravings do make the nibs a little stiffer. But I do notice the softness of these 21 karat gold nibs, and I love it. Yeah, so that is pen number 1 for my birthday, and I did turn 32 in December 23rd, so that was when I bought these 2 pens. Okay, and then again I inked that pen up with Taisanji yellow. I don't really care too much for yellows because yellows are just too bright and really hard to read, but this yellow it's got some olive and brown undertones to it, so it's very legible. It's lovely, and I don't think this one shades too well. That might be the only thing. I do like a shading ink, but sometimes, I mean, most, like 8 out of 10 times, I just want an ink that is legible. And if it comes with shading too, that's beautiful. Shading is my favorite property, and then shimmers and a little bit of sheen I'm okay with. All right, now let's look at the next pen. So this pen is the Verdigris. Okay, so wow, this is my first pilot that I bought from a US retailer. The other pilots I've bought have come from Japan directly, and so the pen boxes from Japan are a lot more minimal, which is fine. Which I think minimal is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Now this one just kind of looks very luxurious. This bed here is like it doesn't feel like silk, but it does look like silk. So like it's on a silk bed. The texture of this material is a little rough. So like I mean, you know, for this price, it might as well be soft, but that's whatever. And then it came with a Pilot Blue 70 milliliter bottle. Like, I am not a fan of pure blue ink. So like, I don't think I'm gonna sell this pen because it's a Falcon nib, and I want a Falcon nib in my collection. So, and it's teal. Why would I sell a teal pen with a beautiful Falcon nib? So because, and I say that because I don't think I have a need for this ink. So if any of you guys out there, maybe just let me know if you want a Pilot Blue ink. This I can give away for free. Okay, so the pen itself is this gorgeous teal, like a tealy green that you guys already know of. This isn't a new pen by any means, but it is the very first US exclusive. Most of the Pilot custom pens are either black, 845 has a red, and then the 823 has a brown. Like, Pilot is very, very safe and minimal with their colors. So this one is an absolute joy to look at. I definitely would pick up a teal pen any day. And it's got gold finish. It just looks so good together. Like, wow, come on. Well, I will say that Pilot has, you know, they do their nibs very well. Their bodies are really well too. And so, like, I always talk about how I don't like pens to feel like plastic when they're expensive. This is an expensive pen. This is $336, and I got it for about $260 or something like that after my discounts. yeah, it's totally worth it at that point. And Falcon nibs are always sold out. And when I saw this on my birthday, I went to look at Atlas site and I saw that the Falcon nib was available, and I did it right away. I just got it. So I have put this away for a while until now so that I can share with you guys just the writing experience of it. So the Pilot Custom 743 on the cap band there says Custom 743 with 3 stars, Pilot made in Japan. Absolutely beautiful cap band. It is a little strange that it's got one large cap band and then one smaller, slimmer cap or band right there on top, and then not another one to kind of even it out. But it doesn't look bad. I just think that it's very interesting now that I look at it closely. And then that's so interesting too. If you look closer there, the color between these two bands, it's got bright teal and then a darker teal. It, like it, I don't know. Do you see that? It alternates. There, it's darker right there and then lighter right there. That is so interesting. I wonder what that means. Yeah, it's just a design piece. Interesting. So, like, I thought that the whole pen itself would just be this darker, like, blue teal. But there are those bright green teals with the blue teal of the body. Oh, that's such an interesting detail. And then the ball here for the clip reminds me of my Aurora ball, like teardrop clip, but they are different. And then up here, the ring of the clip kind of goes around up here, and then you have a dome shape. So the Custom 743 is a cigar shape pen. Now, I didn't really care for cigar shapes at the beginning, but I think as my tastes in fountain pens have changed over time, I didn't mind cigars as much as long as they felt comfortable in my hand and they looked pretty. You have to have those too. If it's a black cigar pen, nope, not me. And I know black cigar pens are very traditional. They're very safe for work. So obviously, you know, if you work in a setting where you need to be professional, you need at least one of those pens. But I don't have that kind of job, so I'm free to have any pen I want at my job. Okay, so let's take a look at the Falcon nib. Oh, you know what's so interesting? This nib says 823 right there, even though this is a 743. So I wonder why, but it is a Falcon nib and it's a number 15 nib. So you can see that right there. Falcon, FA for Falcon, 15. It's a number 15, which is like a number 6 for in Western nibs. And it is a gold, 14 karat gold nib. And it does come with a converter. This converter is I believe it's the Con 50. Let me see. Or it might be the 70. But it's oh, this is interesting. It's a push filler. So it's not a twist piston filler, piston filling cartridge. You just pump it and it should fill it with ink. So let's do that. Again, I have chosen Suigyoku. This is one of Pilot's newer inks. It came out with Hanaikata and I think a Hotarubi, which is like a really bright lime green, olive green kind of color. But this is my favorite. It's the tealy green and it's beautiful. Okay, I think that's enough, right? Yeah. And this one is made of resin, and oh my gosh, I always go on tangents. But earlier I was talking about how this pen has that I don't like pens that feel like plastic when they're expensive. This Pilot's pens are made of resin. It is a very sturdy plastic, and to me it does feel substantial and high quality. It does not feel like plastic right away to me. But it is a very light pen. This is quite light, and which is also really nice because you want your pens to be somewhat light so that you can write for long periods of time. Let's do some writing samples of the Falcon nib. I'm going to zoom us in here a bit. Wow, I am so sorry, you guys. I had my fan on this whole time. So if you guys, I just turned it off, so hopefully it's, you guys can hear my voice clearer now. All right, so this is the Falcon nib. Let's see. This is Pilot. Custom. 743. FA nib. Wow. It is very soft and flexible when you go down, and then if you put very light pressure going upwards, it makes very thin lines. So let's see. Here's no pressure. In every direction, it writes really well. Yeah, this nib is tuned perfectly. This is pressure. Yeah, so it's got the range from an extra fine all the way to like a medium. Yeah, I don't want to go towards a broad on it. Like, I'm sure this pen can flex towards like a broad, but I'm fine with it looking like this. It's gorgeous, absolutely perfect. Okay, ink is Pilot, Hiroshizuku, Suigyoku. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the feedback is really nice too. It does have a very strong feedback. You can hear that. It is pretty strong because it's a flexible nib that's supposed to be thin and really broad, or like it can flex to broader size. And because of that, the nature of this nib, it's going to have that feedback. And to me, feedback is great because it helps me also feel like I'm writing on something rather than like a really buttery smooth pen where it just glides and I lose control. That's how I best describe why I like feedback. And it doesn't hurt my ears. There is a kind of feedback with some pens when it's too smooth. It sings, is I think the term that we use, or that is used for nibs that are so smooth that it squeaks, which is singing, and I don't like squeaking. It hurts my ears. That frequency is not great for me. But this frequency of sound is like pencil on paper, and that's okay with me. Lovely. So lovely. Okay, let's try to flex this. The quick. Brown. Fox. Jumps. Over the lazy dog. Okay. I really like the flair that this nib adds to my writing. I mean, like with how bouncy this nib is and how elastic it is, it just makes my handwriting go in such a way that it's different. So I'm not the best, or like I haven't trained myself to write calligraphy yet. This is just my regular handwriting, and so like I'm kind of like trying and thinking that this is probably what calligraphy might be like, because I want a falcon nib for calligraphy, and I think that it definitely really helps to create these sharp lines and quick motion or quick movements in your writing to create some writing that has interesting flair to it. But if you're just going to use it for regular writing, it does that really well too. Yeah, this is regular writing. This is with some flair. And this is print writing. Okay, with this nib, I do prefer like cursive and this. Yeah, it's like, why would you not use it to create beautiful flair like this over here? I do not like how it felt in writing regular print. So that's a good thing for me, because I want this pen for that specific reason, is to add lovely flair that I probably cannot with most other steel nibs, or even gold nibs. Some gold nibs are very stiff and don't create such line variations like that. Well, I am happy with this pen. From what I have experienced so far, this nib is tuned really well. It has lovely feedback. It writes lovely natural line variations. When you add some pressure to it, it's lovely. And then of course, the flow of this feed, it is perfect. It it does well with my faster writing, as well as the pressure that I put into writing these gorgeous, lovely letters. Well, this is also a perfect birthday pen. Like, it's so good. All right, just look at that. Oh my God, these two, right? Now they do their colors do feel a little bit more basic than, say, my Leonardo's, but I also love classy, beautiful looking pens like this. So beautiful. This one wrote so nicely. Now let's take a look at this one, see how it writes. Okay, so this is the home pen. Again, as you can see here, the nib is just a single tone color. It is the champagne gold. And in here, let's see, Sailor. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is a medium nib, so it's very broad. As you can see, I use like 3 little squares in this Hobonichi journal, and I don't really like to write like that big. My handwriting is kind of big. I tend to like to use 2 squares of like lines to do my writing. And I know a lot of you guys fill 1 square like this. I can't even have it stay within that one square. This medium nib is just way too thick. And the ink in here is Kobe. Taisanji yellow. So it does have some shading when you do a regular print writing with this ink. I mean, I can see different shades of yellow, brown, all kind of mixed in there, which is nice. And I think that's the beauty of this medium nib, is that you can do that. Sailor Pro gears with fine or medium fine nibs tend to be too fine, that it may not have ink pooling to create these different shades. So wow, that's actually really pretty. I'm not sure if you guys can see what I'm seeing here, but like Yoseka right there is a lighter like brown yellow, and then here on home and the quotations up there are a darker brown, and this ink is just fascinating. I love it. And I think it's a perfect match with this pen. Oh my gosh, it's like the color in between the grip section and the body. Or maybe it's like the grip section actually. So pretty. I think that this home pen can match with so many beautiful neutral inks, like this brown yellow. It can match with any brown, any cream colored ink if you guys are into that. I've never seen a cream colored ink that I can read legibly that I love. Maybe something that is a really light brown. And then it can also match with any kinds of olive inks, whether that's a yellow olive or a brown olive. And then of course it can match with oranges as well. So amazing. This pen, oh my gosh, so good. Let's see. Let's do more right. Oh, let's see the softness of this nib. Yep, I can definitely feel the softness as I'm pressing down. And here's some line variations. Not a lot of line variation. It's a medium nib, so the lines going up and down are about the same. So a quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Yeah, sailor nibs are precise, they are smooth, and they have beautiful feedback. Feedback does not make a sailor scratchy at all. They're smooth. If you use a very dry ink, it's going to feel like it's scratchy. It's not the nib, it is the ink. Now, if you have a beautiful, perfect ink like this Kobe Taisanji yellow, and your nib feels scratchy, then yes, it might be the nib. But I love sailor nibs so much, and the feedback just always makes me feel that I know that I'm writing. I have full control where it's going on the page, whether I write cursive or in print. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Perfection. The sound of sailor nibs. Yeah, if you don't have a sailor, if you don't have a sailor pen already, they're amazing pens. But if you guys heard the difference, like, and they both had feedback. I love the feedback. The 10 out of 10 just means I love it. I do have a feedback scale that I can use to help you guys understand how loud a feedback is. And on my scale, I guess 1 on the feedback means it's buttery smooth, you don't hear anything. A 10 means it's so loud that you could almost think that it's scratchy, and it might be scratchy. At 10, it's so loud that it's scratchy. The feedback, okay, so on my scale, like I said, I would give this one like a 5 out of 10 feedback, because you could definitely hear it. maybe 4. It's not terrible. It's actually a very smooth sounding of a feedback. Yeah, I'm gonna give this Sailor feedback a 5 out of 10. So 5 is that it's an audible feedback and you can hear it. And this one, the feedback is also pretty strong, but I'm gonna give this one a 4. It's not as like feedbacky. Like you can hear it only because it's a thin nib. It's a very thin nib compared to the Sailor Pro Gear Medium, which is a broader tip, but you can hear the feedback clearly. Most meter nibs are smooth with almost no feedback. This one has good feedback. So, okay. And the Pilot Custom 823, if you have that one, the medium one, I rate that feedback a 2 out of 10 because I hear it, I can feel it, but it's not so loud. I think for me, feedback anywhere between like a 3, 4, and 5 is really great. 1 and 2 is buttery smooth. That concludes my unboxing of my 2 birthday pens. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in unboxing my 2 birthday pens. I had a lot of fun just talking about them and writing with them with you guys. I am so happy, so happy with these 2 pens. And let me know down in the comments if your birthday had already passed in the last, year. What were your birthday pens, and what made you choose those birthday pens, and if you still love them to this day. And if your birthday is coming up soon, let me know what pens you are deciding to buy for your birthday. So, all right, if you enjoyed your time with me, remember to leave a like down below, thumbs up for me. It really helps my channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.